Okay. Awesome. All right. Welcome, everyone. So excited to have you all here. I'm really looking forward to introducing my amazing guest, Veronica. She's a former student and recently did a whole series production, right? Utilizing these tools. And she's had some amazing insights about what that's done for her. So I'm like, what else should I say? I mean, you're other than like an amazing human and super, super passionate about what she does. So Veronica, everyone.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I took your course. When was this now? In January 2021?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was right before I really started to dig into the crowdfunding campaign for the project and really hiring the team. So I had the script, but I hadn't thought of it visually. I hadn't thought of it as in, oh, we're gonna make it. So you know,
yeah,
what are you gonna do beyond the page? So it was really helpful to just get my brain in the right space.
Amazing. I love it. I'm going to show everybody your your little crowdfunding trailer, because this is not out yet, everyone. This is still in it's still in post and still under wraps. So, but what we can share is this, and I just I'll start this out, but I mean, already I go, wow, the design on this, just even on this trailer, just feels, and the way you've put together the branding on your site. Everyone, the show is called Imposter, and it's been amazing watching you kind of develop your aesthetic for this. And so I'm just gonna give everyone a quick moment to see this, and these will be in the replay as well. Can you hear it?
Beautiful young artist nobody knows about.
Yes, if you want to raise the volume, I don't know if you can.
To be discovered by.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
We're doing the pitch video.
Can't you see I'm painting? I'm acting the painting. I'm painting the acting.
What?
This is not that kind of story.
I know. I was just.
I'm not talking to you, Jake. I'm talking to you. This story is about an imposter. It's a 6-part series about a down.
Stop it there, just so that we can kind of talk about. That gives everybody a sense of what we're looking at and what we're talking about. And now, where is they keep popping up here. All right. So tell us, congratulations on finishing filming. Tell us about how the course influenced this process for you.
Yeah. So I feel like I've always been, I guess, creatively inclined. Like I always used to love visual arts. I used to love drawing, but I didn't really know why I did what I did. Like I didn't know why like a straight line felt right in that moment versus a broken line, or this color made me feel one way or the other. So I think the instincts were always there, but your course really gave me that knowledge of understanding why people react the way they do when they watch something, be that a painting or a movie or an ad, right? So just understanding how our brains work and then putting that together with how I want my audience to feel just opened up all these options that felt very strategic, very intentional, and less about how, oh, I think this is pretty, and more about, okay, this is going to be like this because I am referencing this mood in the series, or I'm referencing this part of the story. So it was really helpful in making sure that everything I picked from just the branding of the site to the costumes that we use in production was very cohesive. and that people would just like turn on the video or, you know, go on the website and they have a very clear understanding of what they're there for. And without even having to read, right? They just see it, you're like, oh, I get a sense of what this is and I like it, or I don't, and that's good. But at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. I still get like really excited because to me, this is like hearing you say, this is my dream. This is why I'm doing this course. Like, I just want to share these tools because then this is what supports us. What was filmmaking like for you before, when you didn't know this?
Well, it was, I think, as someone who writes, produces, and acts in their own projects, I mean, I know that the team is so important, right? So I've always known that I have to hire talented people that are more talented than me in their own job, and then ask them their opinion and everything. But I think before I felt like I have to rely on them. Like, you tell me what you think we should do. While now I had a very clear vision and I could communicate that to my director, to my other producer, even during shooting, I was just being an actor, but still I could pick up on things and just go to the director and be like, hey, that thing, I'm not sure it makes sense for this whole vision we had. And she'd be like, you're right. Yes, let's pick a different color for this thing. So just having kind of a roadmap for it. While before it was kind of like, what looks good? Okay, let's pick this and hope it makes sense, you know? And then it happened that I would see it after and I'd be like, oh, that doesn't work and I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, can't put my finger on it.
Oh yeah. I'm hearing things like that last statement. I go, oh, that's the, like, I worked so hard and I don't know why I'm still not making the mark. Right. With that disappointment and that frustration, and that doing this course and learning this information has really put you in the place of being empowered. Right. And feeling like you have you can say, hey, this isn't working, or we had this vision and this is where we're going with this. Right. So I love this. This is like, I have chills right now. I'm so excited. This is amazing.
Yeah.
What was different for you about doing this course over other courses that you did? And, you know, what is it that you, I guess, also like saw in this work that you're not seeing elsewhere?
All of it. I don't know. I've never seen another course that teaches these things. I think, let me think, because I think there's this idea in filmmaking that everyone has their very specific job, and there are courses out there. They're like, let me teach you those 5 skills and you're going to be an expert in that. But when you're a director and producer and also a writer, sure, there's those 5 to 10 things that you have to be really good at. But then there's all these other skills that you don't even know you need until you're on set and someone asks you a question. You're like, I have no idea. You know, and there's so many. And I think your course really tackled that sweet spot between design and storytelling and the producer decision-making side of what we do. So it's not just like, oh, we're being artsy and like, what do you feel? And which, you know, is an important part of storytelling, but it's also like, okay, so now that you know what the vision is, you have the budget. So how are you going to make decisions when it comes to those thousands of dollars, right? So yeah, you're putting together the logistical aspect to the creative aspect in a way that feels digestible. And like, I can talk to people who are not creatively inclined and make them understand, and I can talk to my super woo-woo team members and make them understand. And I speak all the languages. And I felt like your course gave me those tools.
Really amazing. Of like literally having like little like flips inside. I'm not even kidding. This is the best thing to hear ever in my book. You know, this is why I'm doing this course, and why this matters to me, because it is this piece that no one seems to be talking about. And I mean, I think your series is the perfect example of how it's not like you had any more money, and yet we're still able to go, and this is why we're telling it in this story in this way with the tools we have, you know.
And I will say that pitch video that anyone can see at impostertheseries.com, we made for, I mean, I want to say like $500.
Oh my
Because
God.
it was, it was the video to raise the money. So we were like, this is a no budget thing, but every decision was like, okay, we're going to be very intentional about it, because we want to make this look like, we want to show the potential. So we made this for $500. Imagine what we can make with 55,000, right? Yeah. But it starts with, you know, what do you have in your home? Are you able to pick? Do you have the taste? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, I love that. So I feel like I was going to ask you, when is there a moment, can you take us to the moment when you're like, oh, I really got this information, and like what that felt like?
I think there was a moment where we were looking at our our presentations, our pitch decks. And I had this whole, I don't even remember how I looked like, but I think I was going for pretty and like clean. Then like, I want to look professional. And then you said something like, why don't you write the title in like a scratchy font? Because that speaks to like a performance art piece, like something edgy. And I mean, it's obvious. It's like, it's about a performance art piece. It's about a feminist performance art piece. It's about anger. Like, of course, like that should have been there. And when you said it, I'm like, oh my God, like it just opened up so many things for me, because I'm taking the kind of like the core theme and the log line of the project, and I'm making an association to what everyone can relate to. Everyone knows, like, if there's like a writing like this, like someone's angry, someone's trying to make a statement, especially if it's in red or hot pink. And I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. And once I showed it to you and we talked about it, I'm like, I know this is going to be a key part of our branding. And that was just a moment of like recognition of, okay, I see how I can translate what I have on the page to the visual choices I'm going to make. And we use that in the website. We use that in the pitch video when she's writing things. We still use it as one of our main fonts. So it's like, I mean, it's become a huge part of our storytelling.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember this conversation because you had all these images of people being written all over, and I was like, well, just write all over it. That's what's in your work. And so it is funny how we get caught in it's supposed to look a certain way. Presentations are supposed to look, pitch decks are supposed to look clean and tidy and neat and whatnot, even if our story is sprawling and all over the place, like has this kind of, or is in your case, attacking that sheen. And so I love that. And it feels like in what you're saying, what I'm hearing in the way that you've also been able to implement these ideas is that it really supports then the people who will take over the marketing if it's not you, right? Let's say, when you get bigger and you need a team to support you on that level, they know then where you're going and how to live within the story of your film to be able to market that out, or your series, because you've already figured it out, which is huge. I mean, in terms of getting people interested in accessing your audience.
Yeah, and we did have a marketing social media intern for, I want to say 4 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really a really easy transition because she totally got what we were doing. She had all the tools, and she's like, okay, I get it. I love it. It's exciting. And yeah, it didn't look like it was someone else creating the content.
Yeah, that's amazing. What in that I'm like thinking too with that, what has been your kind of biggest payoff with all that in terms of being able to communicate on all these different levels? And
I think I've had to pinpoint an overall just benefit. I think when you're wearing a lot of hats, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed, to feel like you're dropping balls, and to be scared of not being able to be everywhere and check on everyone. And I felt like I had such a clearly communicated vision, and everyone was on the same page in a way that made me feel secure when I had to just be an actor and kind of shut up and just do my little, acting job. I knew that everyone was aware of what we're going for. So even when we were in a time crunch and something happened, now we have to pivot, and it's happened. When you have to, like, now we're doing this location instead of this one, so it wasn't prepped. Now we have to prep it. Now the production designer knows exactly what world we live in, and when he has to make a decision in a minute, can't ask me, can't ask the director. He knows what to do. He knows what we're going for. And I mean, there's so many practical benefits, obviously, but I think also that feelings are important when you're doing something so big, and feeling relaxed and feeling like you got this and everyone is in it together. That's important, because I will do a better job as an actor if I know that everyone is supporting the same vision. So even just that knowledge that I put all the visual elements in place and everyone is aware, that was everything. And I think I did a better job because of that.
Amazing. I love that. I especially love that because you are a actor, writer, producer. And so it really gave you the gift that, from what I'm hearing, of being able to focus on your craft as an actor and to be present in that moment versus worrying about all these other things, which is true, I think, too, for directors, right? Like, if you're the one with the creative things, and like you said, everybody has to come and ask you a question before they can move forward, it bottlenecks, right? And you lose the momentum. And so it sounds like this process really served you, which is awesome. What did you guys make? Did you make a lookbook for them to kind of onboard them?
Yes. My director, Shada, she had made a little pitch deck when I was interviewing different directors. So she had created one. And I think I mentioned it when I was taking your course, because I was inspired by that, because I had thought she had great ideas. And then I had created my own through your training. And I kind of gave it to her. And then she basically put together her old ideas, my work, and then she started, getting all these ideas from the other team members. And she created a more cohesive book of, like, okay, specifically for this location, this is what we're looking for. Can we get it? Or do we need other options? And one of the perks of our crowdfunding campaign, if you contributed $200, you would get a director binder. And she put all these things together and showed you, like, from the first idea to the reference photo to how we found the location and how we dressed it up. So she's doing an amazing job. She's about to finish that. And yeah, you just see the journey and how at the beginning we had a very clear understanding of what we wanted. So yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that you put it into, like, a process book to show people the process and how things evolve. Because I truly believe that that's what people love. I mean, it's why we love those behind the scenes videos and, and that is, I'm excited. I'm like, I want to see this. I want this book.
Yes.
I want this book. I'm like, dead serious. I'm like, can I just buy the book from you guys? I'll buy a book. So
yes, I'm sure you can.
I'm like, tell me about it more.
Yes.
So that's exciting. I'm like so thrilled. I mean, this has been so much fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you. I feel like I learned so much about the impact that this course has and this work has, which is thrilling. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say before we wrap this up.
I was also thinking about how it's made me look at, watch movies and shows in a different way, in a way that really helps my own process. I mean, of course, we all watch things thinking about what can we steal, right? But if I was doing your training, I was watching movies and just noticing the color scheme. I would watch movies in like long distance with a friend from New York, and I'd be like, did you see her color journey? Like, did you see the costume? It started here and it ended here. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, look at it. She's like, oh my God, that's crazy. And that's just so fun, Yes, it's what you told us to do. And I was like, yes, everything I watch, I'm noticing these nuances. And then that's what I brought to the project. The color scheme of my character is so specific. I was geeking out about it because it's like, it makes complete sense. And you see her change, even though the whole story is in one day. And I remember talking to you about it. I can still take stuff off and on. So we played with that. And I think, the training doesn't end with your course. And I think you gave us the tools to keep learning, because now you gave us a structure, a format to watch things with.
I mean, I like not even kidding you. I feel like I'm going to start crying if we keep talking about this. So I'm going to stop because I feel very like, that is exactly the dream that I have. And so thank you for sharing that, because for me, it's how do I help my fellow filmmakers realize that they're missing this massive toolkit, and that once you know it, it changes everything.
Yeah.
And in like the best of ways. And it's where you as a filmmaker get to be empowered and have your own vision. And so it's just like really amazing to me. I mean, literally everyone, I had no idea that this would be the conversation I'd be having today. I had some questions that she knew about, but that was about it. So this is amazing. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Honestly, it's helped me so much. And some things just happen right at the exact time you need them. And your training was it. I'm like, wow, I am ready for this massive project now. I know what to tell everyone. I don't feel like a fraud anymore. I got this.
I love it. No more imposter syndrome. Wow.
Exactly.
I got
imposter. Yep.
Amazing. Oh man, Veronica, this has been everything and more to me. I'm sure it's been a big value for everyone that's watching. And I thank you so much for coming in and sharing all this with us and sharing your heart. And I'm just so excited to get to support your journey. So thank you for including me.
Yeah. And if anyone in the group wants to reach out and ask me more questions, please do. I'm always available.
I'll put your Instagram handle in the follow-up email so that they can reach you on Instagram. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.